The gentlelady is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Burton, for the time as well. Mr. Speaker, I rise tonight to acknowledge the contributions of a humanitarian and a philanthropist from my area of South Florida, Mr. Jay Kislak. A Florida resident for over half a century, Jay is known to be one of the state's leading citizens with an outstanding record of charitable projects and personal achievements. Jay's involvement in our community has included leadership roles in organizations like the Florida Council of 100, the Florida Historical Society, the Historical Association of Southern Florida, Mortgage Bankers Association of America, the University of Miami, the Greater Miami Jewish Federation, Miami-Dade's Arts in Public Places Trust, Mount Sinai Medical Center, and the American Red Cross, among so many others. Jay's participation in our community is not only matched by his involvement in the preservation of Florida's dynamic history. Over the years, and together with his wife Jean, Jay has collected countless rare books, maps, and art that capture the history and the culture of Florida, focusing especially on the early years of European exploration. Jay's collection is certainly one of the most comprehensive in the nation. In 2004, Jay made an extraordinary gift to our country. He donated more than 3,000 of these rare books, manuscripts, and other objects to our Library of Congress. Known as Exploring the Early Americas, this collection is now on display in the library's historic Thomas Jefferson building right across the street from us. This gift is one of the most significant gifts ever received by the Library of Congress. To give a sense of the extent of this collection, let me just name a few of the major pieces. A vast collection of Mayan cultural and religious works and carvings, the first printed nautical map of the entire world, the Carta Marina from the year 1516, a 1524 map on which Florida is first named, original documents signed by the famed employers Cortez, Pizarro, and Las Casas. From 1598, the first atlas to include Florida, and those were the famed explorers, I should have said. The Journal of Cabeza de Vaca, in which he narrates his wanderings across Florida and the Southeast after his shipwreck off the coast of the present-day St. Petersburg. Also, the 1589 hand-colored engraving by Baptista Boasio of St. Augustine, Florida, the earliest engraving of any locality in the U.S. Also, one of George Washington's personal journals from his time spent at Mount Vernon, and letters from John Quincy Adams and James Monroe pertaining to the purchase of Florida and to the foreign policy of the United States. Mr. Speaker, these are just some of the major items that are in Jay's impressive collection. In support of this collection, the library now hosts an ongoing lecture series, program of exhibitions, research, and public education programs named after Jay Kislak. And this week, the Jay Kislak Foundation held one of its annual lectures right here in Washington at the library. The event included historian Jonathan Spence, one of the foremost experts on modern China, and the Sterling Professor of History Emeritus at Yale University. Jay's philanthropy continues to astound in its breadth and its scope. Through Jay's substantial contribution, countless generations will be able to view a window into our past as Americans and as Floridians. Jay, thank you for all that you have done and will continue to do on behalf of our nation and our home community. Thanks from a grateful nation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Skelton.